Ballard. My last name is spelled Ballard.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Detective Ballard, how are you currently employed?
I'm employed by the San Antonio Police Department in the homicide unit.
And how long have you been with the San Antonio Police Department?
I'm in my 13th year right now.
Okay. Are you certified peace officer?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you just explain to the jury the training you underwent to become a police officer with the San Antonio Police Department?
Sure. So I went through the San Antonio Police Academy. It's about, I want to say, between 6 and 8 months of training down at the police academy. And then once we graduate there, we're out on the streets. And then prior to that, I did 4 years in college for my criminal justice degree as well.
Okay. And can you explain to the jury what the process looks like to become a detective within the San Antonio Police Department?
So once you hit your 5 year mark on the department, you're allowed to take a test. The test is probably the hardest test I've ever taken in my life. The material you have to memorize and recall from is literally about this thick. It's General Manual, Code of Criminal Procedure, Texas Penal Code, and then there's also a college textbook, and we have to read all of it multiple times. And that way, when we take this test, we try to recall from that material.
All right. Now, regarding your role as a detective with the homicide unit, what type of cases do you investigate?
Currently, I investigate murders and officer-involved shootings, as well as in custody deaths.
Okay. And back in April of 2024, were you with the homicide division of the San Antonio Police Department?
Yes, I was.
Okay. At that time, were you investigating homicides or were you assigned to something different?
I was assigned to the aggravated assault detail. So on the aggravated assault detail, we investigate, well, obviously aggravated assaults, regular assaults, misdemeanor assaults, a host of other offenses, but those are the main ones.
Okay. So back between April and June of 2024, were you assigned a case involving a Johnny De La Rosa and Nadia Newton?
Yes, I was.
Okay. How did you become involved in that case?
So it came to my desk as an arrest case. We have a rotation that we go through, and I was up next for the next arrest case. They get assigned pretty much daily to the different detectives in the office. And so I was assigned that case to look through.
Okay. And when you received the case, who is the original suspect?
The original suspect was Nadia.
And who is the original victim?
Johnny De La Rosa.
Okay. And then through your viewing of the case and the evidence and reports, were there any eyewitnesses that were associated with this case?
Yes, there was.
How many?
There was one. His name was Travis.
Okay. And so when you received the case, were you able to determine, was there like one scene or multiple scenes?
There was multiple. There was the main one where everything kind of took place, and then there was the two separate areas where Nadia and Johnny kind of departed to
Okay.
separately.
All right. And so once you received the case, what steps did you take to conduct follow-up investigation?
Sure. So I read all the reports that come with the case jacket. Look through any necessary body cam footage, read through the different statements. From there, go out to the scene, look at the scene. I'll kind of do a quick overview, make sure there's just some evidence that was missed, and then I'll look for and canvas for video footage.
Okay. And so in this case, did you canvass for any surveillance video?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And were you able to obtain that?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Okay. And you reviewed it at the time that you conducted your investigation?
I did, yes.
Okay. And then regarding any other videos, did you make contact with Nadia Newton at the time?
I did speak to Nadia, yes.
Okay. And did you try to obtain anything from her cell phone?
I did. It came to my attention that there was supposed to be videos on both individuals' phones. I met with Nadia. We had her phone in evidence. And I tried to, it was cracked and broken. So I tried to power it on and get it to work, and it was completely dead. So we were not able to obtain videos from her phone because of the state of the phone.
Okay. And then at some point, were you able to obtain anything from the defendant's cell phone?
Yes, I was. I was able to obtain a video.
Okay. So I am going to publish what has been entered into evidence as State's Exhibit number 5. And detective, if you're having issues viewing on the screen in front of you, just feel free to turn around and look at the big screen.
I didn't stop your car. That's your car, no? That's your car, right?
Okay.
You're the one getting close to me. You
Nah,
need to get away.
Nah, you ain't get away. I'll tell you this. It's fucked up. Nah. Don't. You just look.
Back up.
Look.
Fucking
Nah. Oh, no, they got your legs shit. Look. I want to never come near you because I'm sick of this. Look.
don't come near me. I just said
Look.
fucking come near me.
No.
Fuck up and get out of here.
Yeah, no, I'm the cool cat.
There's nothing.
Yeah, look.
I told you already to leave the fuck alone.
What's that, girlfriend? Look, you're a nut, and I get that. Look, there's something wrong with 10 head, and I get it. I really do. But
Get the fuck out of here.
don't talk to me like that. Got nothing to worry about.
You're talking
I
about
ain't
talk to you
got
like that.
look,
Fuck
look,
you, pussy. Seriously, fuck
I'm
you.
the cool, you're the
Fuck this
pussy.
fucking bullshit.
I'm the cool, you're the pussy. I'm the cool
If this is
because
bullshit, why the fuck you still here?
yes, you already know all that.
Doing all that, bro. You're doing all this. You keep touching me and shit like that. You keep
You're always touching, you're the one swinging your blade, you're the one doing all the
You
faithfulness,
leave me the
yo.
fuck alone.
Yo,
Are you
bro.
fucking me? And you wanna piss me the fuck off? So
So,
fucking bad. You wanna piss me off so fucking bad. Fuck you. No, not that saying nothing. You're the one pissing me the fuck off. Get the fuck back. Get the fuck back, bro. Fuck you. What are you trying?
oh shit. Fucking stop me.
Get the fuck back.
Fuck back. You fucking stabbed me in the lung. You fucking stabbed me, you psycho! No self-defense, he fucking stabbed me! I'm calling 911! Somebody call 911! Somebody call 911! You get the fuck off me, you son of a bitch! You helped her! You already fucking helped her!
Okay. And so is that a fair and accurate copy of the video that you obtained from Johnny De La Rosa's cell phone?
I believe it's not
Well,
the entire.
Hold on. Okay. Except to comply with legal rules, is that a fair and accurate depiction of the video that you obtained from the cell phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so once you were able to observe that cell phone video and the surveillance video that you obtained from the car wash, what determination did you make regarding Nadia's involvement and her being charged and listed as a suspect?
So once I viewed the both videos, the surveillance video and this video, came to determine that Nadia was acting in self-defense when she stabbed Johnny, and that Johnny shooting Nadia was not can't think of the word.
Justified.
Justified. It was not justified.
And so what behaviors or personal observations did you make that led you to believe that?
So right off the bat in the video surveillance, you can see that Johnny pulls up in his vehicle aggressively, almost running over Nadia. it appeared to me from the video that had Nadia maybe not realized that vehicle was there, she was gonna get hit by that vehicle that he was in. Nadia was really minding her own business. She was walking to the bus is what she told me, to go to some store.
Well, Judge, if they're gonna be hearsay, I'm gonna object to hearsay.
Sustained.
And so I can see on the video that, like I said, it appeared to me she almost got hit by the vehicle. And she continues to try to leave. And so as she's trying to leave, something stops where she turns around. It appears to me that she was trying to record the video or to record Johnny. And then immediately he exits the vehicle aggressively towards her, and they kind of meet and start recording and conversing. And I believe that's where the cell phone video comes into play.
Judge, I'm gonna object to narrative response.
Sustained.
Okay. And so, after you stated you made a personal observation that Nadia Newton was retreating, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so, did you personally observe her line of escape being interfered with in any way?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And who was interfering with her ability to leave?
That was Johnny. He would not let her continue to leave.
Okay. And so then in your role as a detective with the homicide unit, have you investigated?
Judge, I'm gonna object to relevance about any other cases. I don't think it's relevant here, and I don't think he should be allowed to make a statement that invades the purview of the jury to determine what actually happened, whether it
Alright.
was self-defense.
All right, I'll hear the question and then I'll hear your objection.
Have you investigated any cases involving motor vehicles versus pedestrians or anything like that?
I'm gonna object to relevance.
All right, that objection will be overruled.
Yes, I have.
Okay, and in your training and experience, can a motor vehicle be used as a deadly weapon?
Yes, it can be used as a deadly weapon.
Okay. And so at some point in the video that we've observed, where does Nadia end up before she's stabbed? Like, is it closer to the road, or what was your personal observation regarding that?
Are you talking about right before the stabbing?
Before she stabs Johnny De La Rosa, where was she?
She was actually in the street. A vehicle had just gone by, and then she was pushed out into the street.
Okay. And in the video that we've seen, at the time that Johnny De La Rosa produces his firearm and shoots Nadia Newton, was she, or did it appear that she was advancing toward him or continuing to try to stab him at that point?
No, there was a lull in time, and this is from the surveillance video. There's a lull in time. It did not appear like she was going to continue to try to stab him, and she was not advancing towards him. They were just kind of standing there.
Okay. And so after you observed these two videos, what was your recommendation regarding any charges involving Nadia Newton?
I immediately came to the conclusion I wanted to have those charges dropped against Nadia Newton.
Okay. And after you decided or determined through your investigation that charges against her should be dropped, did you determine an alternative suspect in the case?
Yes, that was Johnny.
Okay. And did you have probable cause to believe that the defendant, Johnny De La Rosa, had committed a crime?
Yes, I did.
And what crime was that?
Well, I had probable cause for two.
Well, regarding the shooting.
That would be aggravated assault with deadly weapon.
Okay. And who was that against?
That was against Nadia.
Okay. And then ultimately, did you submit that case to the DA's office for prosecution?
Yes, I did.
We passed the witness, Your Honor.
All right, defense.
Detective, did you make a report?
Yes, sir, I did.
Now, I'm trying to wrap my head around all this stuff. So did you charge Johnny De La Rosa with aggravated assault for driving his vehicle onto the driveway?
He was charged with aggravated assault for.
My question was, did you charge him for aggravated assault for driving his car into the driveway in front of Nadia?
For driving his car in the driveway? No, I did not.
Okay, all right. So we can agree, I guess, now I guess you've talked to the state, now you're saying that you could have charged him, but you didn't at the time, right?
The charge was based on the entirety of the incident.
Okay, my question is, did you charge him for aggravated assault for cutting her off in his car?
I charged him for the entirety of the incident.
Okay,
So that
that-
was included in the totality of the
Okay.
circumstances.
So you're doing the whole totality now? I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying, that you could have charged him for aggravated assault for cutting her off in his car, right? That's what you told the state, correct?
So I
So
think I'm gonna object as to mischaracterization of the testimony. I don't think it was stated that the defendant could have been charged for that.
Judge, I would like him to answer the question as opposed to the prosecutor.
All right. So I'm going to ask you to listen to the question. If you don't understand the question, you'll have to let counsel know. All right?
So the state talked to you about vehicles as deadly weapons, right?
correct.
Remember that question?
Yes.
Okay. And they asked about whether or not a vehicle can be used as a deadly weapon, and you talked about Johnny cutting Nadia off in his car, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so the question is, did you charge him for cutting her off in his car? You know, I guess alleging his vehicle as a deadly weapon.
That specific instance, that specific of what, that specific event is not the reason why he was charged with aggravated assault.
Okay, so I guess you looked at the video from the gas station, right?
The car wash.
Oh, car wash, yeah. And you saw the interaction between Johnny and Nadia, right? And then the third person who showed up, correct?
Yes, Travis.
Okay. And there was a question asked about line of escape being cut off, right?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
There was a question asked to you by the prosecutor about Nadia's line of escape being cut off.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you looked at that video, right?
I did.
Okay, and there wasn't an escape being made. Nadia ran to the front of Johnny's car to videotape the license plate, correct?
To capture the license plate.
Okay,
Yes.
so that wasn't really an escape. Would you agree with me? Not like you characterized it.
I would not agree with you. I believe she's still trying to escape at that point.
Escape to take a picture of the license plate or what?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how that's characterized as an escape when you run to take a picture of a license plate.
Well, it appears to me she was trying to take a picture of the license plate in the motion of trying to get out of there. And then unfortunately, Johnny followed her there and started pushing her into the
Okay.
street.
It appeared, that's not reflected in your report, is it, about the line of escape question?
The,
Do you have your
see
report
my
in front of you?
report.
Do you have your report in front of you?
I do not.
So, Detective, I'm going to hand you this. Can you tell me if this is the report you prepared?
Yes, this is a prosecution guy that I prepared. Yes.
Okay, can you review that to yourself? Don't read it out loud, and then let me know when you've done. Let me see. Did you review that prior to testifying today?
Yes, I did.
So it should be pretty fresh in your mind, right?
Yes. You said you did not want me to read it out loud?
Not
correct?
out loud, no, sir.
Okay, all right.
Are you got
What was
it?
your question again? I'm sorry.
Do you have you refreshed your recollection?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything in your report about a line of escape?
I did not write that specifically in my report.
Okay, and so when did you, I guess, when did this line of escape thought come to mind? Was it after you met with the prosecutor, since it's not reflected in your report?
Well, would you like me to read from the report? I
No.
can Explain.
I just asked you, does it say line of escape in your report?
The specific words, it does not say that.
Okay. So you reviewed the video, you talked to Nadia. Did you talk to this other person as well?
Travis, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
I did not speak to Travis.
Okay. But it's clear from the video that Johnny doesn't take his gun out until after he's stabbed, correct?
That is what the video appears to show.
Yeah. So there was no use or exhibition of deadly force until after Johnny had been stabbed, right?
Incorrect.
What?
I do not agree with that.
Okay, well, did Johnny use deadly force prior to Nadia being stabbed?
Well, we talked about how he almost ran her over with his car.
Okay, well, but you just said you didn't charge him with an offense for that, right?
That specific event did not cause me to charge him with aggravated assault.
Okay, so let's agree that's not a crime.
I did not agree with that.
Okay, then why didn't you charge him?
He was charged with aggravated assault based on the totality of the circumstances.
I understand you're saying the whole totality of the circumstances, but if you want to split hairs, let's split hairs. Okay? So you're saying now that him cutting her off in the car was essentially aggravated assault, right?
Essentially.
Okay, but you didn't charge him with it.
Are you asking if I didn't charge him with an additional count of aggravated
Yeah.
assault?
Okay, I understand what you're doing and that you're trying to parse words and things like that. But you did not charge him with aggravated assault for cutting her off with his car, right?
Judge, I'm gonna object us to argumentative.
You're not answering the question.
Sustain. And if you'll listen to the question and ask the question.
ma'am.
All right, you may proceed.
You didn't charge him with aggravated assault for cutting her off in his car, right?
For that specific one is not why I charged him with aggravated assault.
Okay, I understand. Okay, so now we've got that clear. So then there's no exhibition of deadly force or use of deadly force by Johnny De La Rosa until after he's been stabbed by Nadia, correct?
Okay, so I don't agree with that because of, I already explained about the vehicle, him in his vehicle almost cutting her off. That's fine. But also he's pushing her inside into the highway where there's multiple vehicles. You can already see vehicles flying by. And so to me, that is considered some deadly force. I mean, she could lose her life, lose her limb, get hit by a vehicle, and he's causing that
Okay, so you're saying pushing somebody is deadly force?
into a highway. Yes.
Okay, that's okay. So I guess I'm trying to get your clarify your thought process. Okay, so there are two people engaged in a pushing and shoving match, right?
Are you asking if that's what happened in this instance? Or are you giving?
You saw the whole video, right?
I did see the whole. thing.
Okay, they're arguing back and forth, they're videotaping each other, right?
Correct.
Okay, Nadia at one point in time, right, prior to running towards his car, throws Johnny's cell phone, right?
It looks like she smacks it out of.
Okay. And then she runs towards the car, right?
Correct.
And then they're pushing and shoving, I guess, back and forth right there by the car, correct?
It looks to me that it's more he's pushing her. I didn't really see her pushing him
I
back.
guess the jury can make that determination from
Okay.
looking at it. But at no point in time does Johnny pull a gun out until after he's been stabbed twice, right?
I can't see I don't see that. I only see him pull the gun out once he's been stabbed.
Yeah. Yeah. So he doesn't exhibit a gun. He doesn't do anything until after he's been stabbed, right? And after he's been stabbed, he's knocked to the ground, right? By Travis, correct?
He pulls out the gun and then he's knocked to the
So then
ground.
he's got two people, one who stabbed him and a much larger person who's knocked him to the ground that are standing in front of him, right?
Correct.
Okay. And at that point in time, your argument is he can't use deadly force to protect himself, even though he's already been stabbed, right?
Correct.
Okay. And outnumbered.
Correct.
Okay. But that's your analysis, right?
That is.
Okay. And so I guess your argument is that because you think Johnny pushed Nadia out into the street, that she was justified in stabbing him. Is that correct?
That's not solely the reason, but that is a large part of it.
Okay. So I guess to you, that's the crux of the matter. If she hadn't been pushed into the street, then it's not okay for her to stab him?
I can't surmise what could or could not happen. I can only go based on what I saw and what did happen.
Well, I guess it comes down to the determination whether or not she was actually shoved in the street or went there on her own, correct?
It comes down to if she was pushed by Johnny is what you're asking?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not solely that. Again,
What is it?
I mean, you don't have to push somebody to get them into the street. You can walk towards them, cut them off.
So if I walk towards somebody, they're justified in stabbing me?
That's not what I said.
Well, you're essentially saying if I walk towards somebody and they back up into the street, they can stab me.
What I'm trying to explain is that you're asking me to surmise about something that.
You've already
that
been
didn't
doing it.
actually happen. Okay. So what I'm trying to explain is that there's a host of reasons. It doesn't mean that he just pushes her and then can get stabbed. He could have walked towards her and blocked her from leaving, and then she keeps walking back into traffic. And at that point, if she felt, again, it all comes together with the totality of the circumstances. If she felt like she was in danger and he's causing that potential loss of life or serious bodily injury, she would be justified in stabbing him.
So really, it's the jury determining whether or not they thought her action was justified in stabbing him, correct?
I mean, that's why they're here.
Okay. Pass the witness.
Detective, so regarding the line of escape that we talked about, you have a copy of your report in front of you, correct?
I do.
Okay, and so in that report, you stated that the victim, Nadia Newton, continued to try to leave the area. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you further stated in that report that the defendant initiated the incident by almost running the victim over with his vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so when we're talking about the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, there are multiple different ways to get that charge legally. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And have you been trained in the Texas Penal Code?
Yes.
Okay. And so you're aware that one way to get an aggravated
I'm
assault.
going to object to leading the witness.
All right, the objection to the leading will be sustained.
Okay. And so the charge that we're here for today is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, correct?
Yes.
All right. And so if somebody threatens another person with a deadly weapon, could that be considered an aggravated
I'm
assault?
going to
with a
object to
deadly
relevance,
weapon?
Judge. I'm going to object to speculation.
Judge,
But it's
I
not
think-
relevant whether that doesn't apply here.
I think he opened the door, Your
But with
Honor.
regards to relevancy, that will be overruled. And I'm sorry, counsel, what was your other?
Speculation.
With regards to speculation, that will be overruled.
Okay. So you can go ahead and answer the question.
Could you repeat it? I'm sorry.
Yes. If there was a person that made a threat against another with a deadly weapon, that's considered aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so when we're talking about this case here and the defendant, Johnny De La Rosa, almost running over Nadia Newton, that in and of itself could be enough for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, correct?
Yes, it can.
Okay, but when we're talking about the totality of the circumstances and your investigation, can you please explain to the jury what you mean by that?
Sure. So I think the best way to explain it, what I was trying to convey is that, let's say you have an incident where an individual shoots and stabs somebody, right? You have two different means or two different weapons. That's not two different charges of aggravated assault. That's aggravated assault because that's the totality of everything. So in this instance, you have multiple kind of things that are going on. You might have individual events or actions that can be aggravated assault, but it's one charge of aggravated assault. We tend to do multiple counts of aggravated assault, say if it's against multiple different individuals.
Okay, and so when we're talking about the totality of the circumstances, that also goes to the reasonableness of the fear that Nadia felt. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so when we're looking at her perspective of what was occurring, when you're speaking about the totality of the circumstances, are you pointing to the motor vehicle almost running her over, and then how the defendant continually advances toward her, and then how she runs away to the car and he's following her? Is that what you mean by that?
Yes.
Okay.
He actually tells her, like, no, you're not gonna, he didn't say that, but he says no when she's trying to leave.
Okay. And so as previously stated, you've watched both of the videos in this case, correct? The car wash video and the cell phone video, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And after watching those videos, what was the result of your investigation?
The charges for Nadia were dropped, and then charges were filed on Johnny De La Rosa.
Okay. We passed the witness, Your Honor.
Okay.
So let's go back to this whole thing with the vehicle, okay? Because you talked about the ability to file multi-count, right? Right,
Yes.
multi-count indictments.
Multiple charge, or
Okay.
multiple counts.
So, you don't say anything about that you're gonna file charges for cutting her off in the car. I know now you're saying that with the totality of the circumstances. And you just made a statement about Johnny saying no, as if like when she was gonna leave. Didn't you just say that?
I was paraphrasing, but yes.
Yeah, but that's not what happened because the statement was no when she was running towards his car, because you saw the video.
You can replay it back. I believe as she turns to walk towards McDonald's, he goes, nah, and then gets closer to her.
Okay. And also initially, when Johnny first pulls in there, Nadia leaves and then comes back, right? You see that on the video?
It looked like she came back to record him, yes.
Yeah. So she left and then came back. And at that point in time, the interaction with the two of them videotaping each other starts, correct?
She came back to record video evidence.
Okay,
a
yeah,
couple steps,
essentially
yeah.
what I said. Let me go back to this whole thing about being forced back into the street or things like that. I guess, is your decision about whether or not that justifies use of deadly force based upon the level of traffic in the street?
It's based on everything.
Well, you
But
just
again,
said it was
again-
hold on. No, it's not based on everything because you said that her being forced in the street into traffic justified her use of deadly force. That's what you said earlier.
I said that, I don't remember exactly what I said, but it's to the effect of you have to look at all what's going on. And as I said earlier in my testimony, a vehicle had just driven by.
I understand. Okay, that's fine. So the question is, I guess, is your decision about whether or not either her going out into the street or being forced out into the street justifying the use of deadly force based upon the level of traffic?
That
If it's
is,
an empty street, is there a problem with being forced into the street enough to justify stabbing somebody?
again, I mean, there's a potential for that injury and death. And if you're being forced in the street by somebody that won't let you leave, that heightens the danger factor. And I don't think you have a chance to stop and look either way necessarily and decide, oh, there's no traffic coming, I'm safe.
Well, let's talk about the won't let you leave part. Okay. So when Johnny first pulls into the car wash, Nadia leaves and then comes back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
And then they have all this arguing and things like that. And then you talk about her line of escape. She runs to his car. She doesn't run away. She runs to his car to videotape it, right?
She ran away from him in the direction of his car.
Okay. Did she stop at the car and videotape it or not?
She attempted to, yes.
Okay, that's what she was doing, right? So you talk about cutting off a line of escape. She did not escape. She ran to his car to videotape it, right?
If
Judge,
you-
I'm just gonna object us. That's invading in the province of the jury.
He watched the video.
All right, so if y'all will address your responses to the court, if you'll repeat the question, counsel.
You watched the video, correct?
I did watch the video.
More than once?
Yes.
Did you watch it prior to testifying here today?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How many times?
Maybe 3.
Okay. So you'll recall seeing after Nadia knocks the cell phone out of Johnny's hands, she runs to the front of his car to videotape it, correct?
Yes, the videotape evidence.
Okay.
correct.
So you talk about cutting off a line of escape, but she stops voluntarily and starts filming his car, right?
I mean, it's very quickly in a few seconds, she slows down and he runs after her.
Okay.
She's
And
attempting,
he
she's
stopped
attempting
where-
to record his license plate so she can show it to the police later.
Okay. And she stopped, but she stopped at the car, right?
To record it, yes.
Okay. All right. So when you talk about cutting off a line of escape, he didn't cut off a line of escape. She stopped at the car voluntarily, correct?
I mean, he was cutting off a line of escape on one side and then she doubled back. I mean, she essentially, because she couldn't go one way, she went another, which happened to be by his vehicle. And she stopped to get,
If you
Video
look at the video, isn't that the way she ran towards the vehicle?
Yeah, she ran towards the
Okay.
vehicle, which is backed away from where she was originally coming from until your client almost hit her with the vehicle.
Okay. And so as she ran towards the vehicle, she could have kept on going, right?
I'm sorry.
As she ran towards the vehicle, she didn't have to stop, right? She could have kept on going, correct?
She could have done a number of
Yeah.
things. She decided to slow down and attempt to get the license plate number because he was in a different vehicle than what she knew he was in previously.
Okay. You say slow down or, I mean, I guess if you look at the video, she actually stops.
I mean,
right?
yeah, I mean, it could be a half-second stop, sure.
Okay. So you're saying now it was a half-second stop?
Okay. I don't fully know the amount of seconds she stopped. We could replay the video and I could give you a better estimate of how long she actually stopped at the vehicle.
Well, I mean, I would hope that'd be something you've done as part of your investigation. I pass the witness.
Judge, I have no further questions.
All right, is this witness excused or subject to recall?
I do have one question. Did you make any notes as part of this report that you keep personally?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, is this witness excused or subject to recall?
Excused by the state, Your Honor.
All right, the rule has been invoked. What that means is you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone during the pendency of this case. All right, if you'll remove the square microphone and your excuse.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You want this?